All right. Ooh, it's a little loud, a little crispy. Okay. Perfect spot for all of this, and now it's just. I was using the St. Michael's guest too. Might have to put it somewhere else. The mic. Yep. Either one of those. I think it's that last room, actually. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. But it's Vype in there too. Are we still kind of? Has everybody kind of still finding their seats?
Yeah. They're just doing the senior night announcements really, really quickly. They're doing, he said he's doing it for Let me see if I can hear you over the mic, because I've been having trouble. Or is your mic on?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you, yeah.
So. All right, we're just a few minutes away from getting set. Joshua Blanche, Josh Starr, as we are here getting ready for the senior night here at St. Michael's. They play their much-hated rival, the Regents Knights. Regents comes in with a record of 9-0, perfect on the season. Sorry for that. Come in 9-0, perfect on the season. Ready for their next step in the next stride in the playoffs. Crusaders come in at 4-4 after having one of their games canceled earlier in the season. 4-4, won their last two.
And two brutal losses
Yep.
in district by 1 point.
Yeah, in district. So St. Michael's is fourth in the district at 4-4, behind Regents, obviously, who's 9-0. A team they've already, and two teams that they have lost to in, not Team my Episcopal, in St. Anthony's from Brownswood, or St. Joseph's from Brownwoods, and St. Anthony's, both of which are 7-2 on the season, as everything is going for senior night. So, we've had a long delay. This game was supposed to start over an hour ago, hour and a half ago, at 7:30, but we had rain, lightning delay, and so Josh, I'm gonna swing the question over to you. What do you think the biggest issue is going to be now? You know, there's a lot of things going on. Senior night had a long delay. This is a heated rival, not too
Hmm.
far from each other. What happens?
Well, Joshua, it's going to be interesting to see how these teams respond out of the rain delay. Multiple delays, multiple 30-minute delays. This game is starting well after it was supposed to. So, the Regents are favored here tonight. I think they've won the past few matchups, and there's some difficulties here, which I'll talk about in a minute. But now, you've seen it before. I think the 2017 or 2016 World Series, Cubs going in the last inning, and then a rain delay, and they come out and win in extras. So you never know what can happen with freaky weather like this in sports. You have to see if Regents is still ready to play or if they've been iced. Because what I've heard is that there's been some trash talking between the locker rooms during the delay. So everybody trying to get in each other's head. And then, like I was gonna say, the big story here tonight: Carson Krueger out with an ACL and MCL tear, and that's gonna leave the ball in the hands of the young quarterback Will Garcia. And then also, from what my sources tell me, it's going to be Malachi Smith running the Wildcat a good bit tonight. So they're trying to have some seniority out on the field, but it's just going to be interesting. We're going to have to see what we can see from St. Michael's. We're going to have to see how they've worked on this offense throughout this week, because this is a big matchup, of course, the undefeated Regents against, you know, another injury-prone St. Michael's team. So maybe this rain delay will change something, though. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I think we got an exciting match on our hands.
Most definitely. And you know what? Last week I had the luxury of with my man Brian. We were at Regents and we watched them, and it was very, very. It was the game was over before it started. Let's be honest. But and it started off with them on special teams. They were looking really, really good on special teams. Special teams, they started off the game with a punt return for a touchdown, and they have been extremely good. So the funny thing is about Regents, they've scored. Do you know how many points they've scored this season?
I do not.
413.
Oh my goodness.
They
In
have
how many
scored
games? 9 or 7?
in 9 games.
Wow.
413. They average about 35 points. They've never not scored 35 points in in a game.
That's
And
insane.
not to mention the fact that they've had two shutouts, and their closest game all season was against the aforementioned St. Joseph Academy of Brownwood when they beat them 38-28.
Okay.
So that's been their closest game, and prior to that, it was probably early in the season when they won 35-20. So, okay, pardon me, they had three shutouts this season,
Oh my goodness.
not two. They had three. They shut out Boring Geneva, uh, St. Anthony's Christian High School in San Antonio, and Hyde Park. And Hyde Park beat the Crusaders. So I think, honestly, on paper, if the Crusaders are at full strength, this is probably the first, second, or third best team that Regents is going to face in the season. They made quick work of St. Anthony's and TMI Episcopal. So if they get into a fight, who knows what happens? But a rain delay changes a lot. A lightning delay changes everything. It rained for a while. The field is still a little bit wet, and that's going to be a big factor because it's different. Regents plays on grass. That's different because cutting on grass is different than cutting on a field. And
Absolutely.
the main thing is a wet, moist field. You slip more, and that hurts. But in a grass field, if we were playing on grass and we were in Regents, you would be kind of stuck. You know, you'd be stuck in a stride slower. So that's going to be a big, big thing. And so this game is set to start as soon as we finish going with all the senior things. Again, it's senior night. It's a really, really big thing. No Carson Krueger tonight, but this looks like it's going to be a really good game. I know Regis has won the last few. I think we could have a very big battle. I've watched quite a few Regents versus St. Michael's games in other sports. It's the first time watching it in football, so both these teams are very equally matched in other sports. In football, let's see how they work.
Well, I will say St. Michael's definitely has their work cut out for them tonight.
They
But,
do.
if they can fill that missing spot of Carson Kruger, well, if they can just find a nice replacement just to work for one night, they've still got some weapons on the field. You know, they've got Xander Romero back. They've got Malachi Smith out there. They've got Mathabella in the backfield as well as Pantoja. They've got some dangerous weapons. And I think they can use these weapons to take advantage of it and get down the field, get some yards. But Kruger is just going to have to unfortunately watch on senior night, which it's very sad for him. But I think there's still a good chance for the Crusaders, but they're going to have to attack in this first quarter and make a statement right away.
Yeah, and that's gonna be that's gonna be crazy. So it's gonna be weird. But you want to know one of the things I've always talked about, I've always thought is first things first. Um, Senior night is a very special night. It's a very powerful night. Your seniors are coming out on the field. Last week, obviously, where I was with Regents, that was Regents senior night. They didn't have a ton. They had some seniors, but they looked like a complete team. They made it a quick senior night for everybody that was involved, and so they want to spoil senior night. Now, the great magic about senior night is for the seniors, this is the last time you're going to be on this field. It's the last time you're going to get to hear these fans as a player. And so it's different. It's an emotional gut punch if you lose, but it's also very emotional just in general. So it's really about seeing what's going on, what's going to happen, how these teams are going to respond with the delay. A lot of great things. It's a rivalry game. It's the first Friday in November, so it's gonna be a lot tonight.
Yeah, well, I think the Crusaders are going to come out and give it everything they got, I'm sure, and we'll just have to see how this one goes. But you know, they're not the expected favorites here, even though it is senior night, unfortunately. So they've got everything to prove here. Nothing to lose, everything to prove.
Yep.
And if they can come out and make a statement against this Regents team, it'll be something special.
One of the things that you got to think about as well is you got to think about, again, we're going to consistently keep talking about the lightning delay. We're also going to talk about there's no crew over it, how good this team is, how good the Crusaders are, but Regents is a different animal in its entirety. I mean, watching them for the first time last week, it just seemed that everything worked for them. They didn't have a lot of bad plays. They didn't go backwards a lot. They have a lot of great players just in general. And it also starts up front with their quarterback, Quinn Murphy. He was the one who was playing last week. He was absolutely immaculate. But if we get to a good point, if the Crusaders play a good game and they are in a fight down the stretch, I think that because it's been a while for the Knights, because they've been blowing out teams, because they've been shutting, I think they've only given up 14 total points in the last month. So I think that they are. Hold on, I can actually give you that number, but because of all that, that's gonna be a little bit different. So
Yeah, well, the numbers do not look great right now. I mean, everything stands in the Knights' favor, but we'll see how they come out right onto the field because maybe the weather maybe iced a couple of their players. Maybe they won't be as crisp as they usually are, and if St. Michael's can get a couple turnovers on defense and respond quickly, they'll make it a game for sure.
Yep.
They just need to they need to have stamina right now because everybody's exhausted. It's been a long day, and even longer now that the game's starting later. But as long as they keep the energy on their side and try to play hard here, give it everything they got, they can give it a good chance. This is a big match on senior night, and especially a big match for those guys down on the St. Michael's side with this big rivalry that they have here. So they're gonna give it everything they've got, and they're gonna leave everything on the field for sure.
Yeah, playoffs start next week, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And already Regents knows who their opponent for next week will be. It'll be Lutheran South. So they are, and that's another thing. You got to think about it like this. You do not want to just look ahead. You don't want to overlook the Crusaders, and that's a huge, huge thing as we continue through senior night, trying to get through it as we're looking at more of a 9. That door is going to keep bugging us.
I got it.
trying to keep going. Thank you to everybody who is tuning in from all over. As Vype does not just, it's going to be a really watched game, a really highly watched streamed game, because not only do we have a lot of Crusader fans out there watching, we got some Knights fans out there watching as well. As Vype is so this is going to be a very, very big thing. So tonight, as you watch on your screen, the Knights will be wearing all whites. They'll be wearing the all whites, white jersey, white pants, white shoes, white socks, probably white gloves if they have them, and a gold helmet with the navy blue numbers. And the Crusaders will be wearing their black tops with white pants, look like white shoes, and I can't see where they are. They're now out of frame, but I believe it's going to be their maroon or black helmets. So it's going to be a really big thing for the night. That wind is going to be a factor. So many new factors in this game. Thought that they were going to, I'm not going to lie, I thought they were going to try to either cancel it or say, hey, everybody come back tomorrow. That's what I would have done. I would have been like, look, let's try it again tomorrow.
Yeah, I definitely did not think this game was going to start, especially after it kept getting delayed. No one was out on the field. It was raining hard. Lightning was everywhere. And even as they announced that we're going to go on the field, there was still lightning striking. I think it's just farther away. But I think it's good. We're going to play some football. It's just going to be a different atmosphere, I think. But we'll have to see how this goes, how each team brings it out. And I'm a little surprised their Regents has their own little banner that they're going to run through here, I guess.
They don't have their little blow-up thing.
Yeah, I don't know if they normally visitor teams do this. This might be a little bit of a statement or something like that. I'm not sure.
Usually visitor teams, at least from everything I've seen, they have their big thing. They have their blow-up, and they travel with it. But then again, Regents is just kind of down the road anyway.
Yeah.
So as Regents now enters the fray, as they are ready to go. Again, we said they're wearing all white. They come to cheers and boos. And honestly, they have more fans over there than anybody else has for the rest of since the season. In come the Knights as they get to where they're going. As we're waiting now for the Crusaders to get themselves going. And here come the Crusaders now. Okay, so I was wrong. White helmet with the big M. So that'll be for the Crusaders, again, for their uniform. For those of you who just decided to listen to the game and not actually watch, it will be the black pants. It'll be the black top, white pants, white shoes, white socks, a white helmet. The only thing that's different is the color of the jersey. So we will step away for a moment as they will do the national anthem and the prayer, and we'll be back in just a few moments. right, beautiful rendition of the national anthem. We are just moments away. I feel like I've been saying that for almost 2.5 hours. Hold on.
Thank you for blessing us with the opportunity to play this game. Please bless all of us players on the field, all the spectators here tonight. Thank you for keeping everyone safe on this evening. In your name we pray. Amen.
Sorry, did not realize that she was doing the prayer. That's on me. But I feel like I've been saying this for like 2.5 hours. We're just underway. That wind is going to be something major and fierce.
I was just about to say, you know, you can hear that wind here on our broadcast. I wonder if that's going to affect the ball in the air at all, and maybe change some things up here.
Well,
passes could go anywhere.
Yeah, you gotta go with it. So it looks like, don't know who won the toss, but it's going to be the Crusaders who are going to get it first here on senior night. They might have done a coin toss earlier in the night, who knows. But regardless, we have it there. We finally have it set and ready to go. That ball is kicked high and away, and it's going to be returned. That looks like Malachi Smith, and he is brought down around the 15-yard line, probably the 14. Better spot for it. So as we talked about, there is no Carson Kruger tonight. So Garcia will be the one at the helm. And honestly, I haven't seen anything from him this season, but I'm excited.
You know, it was talked about earlier today. Garcia, you know, he's a good quarterback. He can compete. He just does things a little bit differently than Kruger. I think they're going to have to change up the plays, change up the hot routes. And, you know, he's probably not going to throw to the same people. Maybe spread the love a little bit more than Kruger. Kruger likes to have some targets, so we'll see.
Yeah, they're going to have to play it very well. So the first one is going to be a run that looks like Pantoja. As Pantoja is going to get a good gain of about, give that 2 or 3. As they are moving the ball now. And officially going to call it 3. It's going to be another run right up the gut. Again, another one diving forward, getting to just shy of the 25. Good gain on that one. Now I'm going to bring up a third and about 1, maybe a third in inches, depending on where you want to spot it.
Let's see if they go on the air on this play. I don't see why they would, but
Wind, a very major factor here, as you can hear it on the broadcast. As they're going to try it again, and he's going to get snuffed in the backfield. Pantoja again. It went to him and just all the way in the backfield, nothing but Knights. As Jacob Wilburn, one of the ones who was right back there.
I would not be surprised if we see some chippiness from both sides here tonight, you know. Very emotional matchup, and also with that delay. We'll have to see. I've already seen some emotions on the field.
It's going to be major emotions as Stone is going to come out, try to get this punt away. Jackson Smith, again, as I said at the top, was there last week, took his first punt to the house. Had some great blocking, but also some very bad tackling for Team I Episcopal, as that one is just going to be high, not really go anywhere, and it's going to take, it'll be around the 35. Yeah, it's going to be close to the 35. And that is excellent field position now for the Knights. That one just kind of went up very, very high as Stone felt the pressure getting that ball off.
Yeah, that was some nice pressure there by the special teams like you talked about. That special teams team is good, and they can make errors like that happen. They got so close he had to kick it straight up.
Quinn Murphy. as he's going to just throw it immediately outright to his man, and his man is just going. He's not stopping, just dragging all the Crusaders with him. And that one was Burkle. That was Jack Burkle, and he is just a force to be reckoned with. Not even going to stop, going in the hurry up. Again to Burkle again, and he'll be snuffed out. May have gotten to the line of scrimmage, if anywhere, and that now brings up 2nd and 10. Another one as they're going to keep going as it's a handoff to the side, to the corner, and it will be a touchdown. Jackson Smith easily getting there, as the Knights are the one to strike blood first. Man. So Mebane his kick is up and it's good. So 7-0. Not too much time taken off the clock. The Crusaders will now get their ball and for their second opportunity, try to score.
So that's a tough first defensive possession for the Crusaders, but I think we're going to see that a lot. I mean, this is a powerful Regents offense, but I think what they need to do is they're going to have to try to get some turnovers because these guys are fast, they're quick, they're hard to tackle. But with the wind and the unpredictability here of the conditions tonight, I think, maybe punch a ball out, maybe have a big hit, have the ball come out, or get something in the air and get the ball back on your side. I think if they can do that, they can slow them down.
Yep. It'll be Landon Turner on the kickoff. About 8 minutes and some change left to go. As that one is high. Smith gonna take it. Try to get something going. It just gets knocked down at the 15.
I think the blocking kind of fell through there on special teams for St. Michael's. Left Malachi Smith wide open there.
Yeah, a lot of holes. And that's not what you want. So the second chance, or the second time, going to start from the 15 this time. Garcia. Trips to the right. As they're going to just hand that one off. And that's it. Not a lot.
Malachi Smith on the carry.
And off to Malachi Smith.
I think for the Crusaders, unlike I previously said, I see a lot of players down there not wearing pads. Standing out is number 3, Carson Kruger, and number 23, Bo Morton, as well as number 8, Kalen Jaroszewski. So there are still some missing key plays against this tough Regents team here.
Yeah, that's a major thing, especially for senior night. Gonna go a throw out into the flat. Looking, that is, I think that was Mathabella. And Mathabella is able to get a little bit, but not enough for a first down. It's going to bring up about 3rd, and I'll call that about 4. So a lot of time left. Still a lot of time to try to fix it and put everything where it belongs for the Crusaders. Crusaders have had the opportunity all season long to get into some of these late starts. What happens now? As I think somebody jumped. He's going to throw that one out into the flat for his man, and there's a race. Just shy of 35. So first down for the Crusaders. Trying to get something going. I think that's the best play that they've had thus far in their first 2 drives. Trying to get it going. Another handoff. It's not going to go anywhere. Just a sea of white. As Mathabella didn't really go anywhere. So trying to get something going. A good spread. As Garcia is going to call for the ball. Try to catch the Knight slipping and the ball comes out of his hands. And he will just fall on that one. Unbelievable. That was weird.
Another broadcast or something.
Oh, I see what's going on. No, we had that. We had our was alive. So.
Anyway, the conditions definitely affecting that one.
Yeah, wind conditions are definitely affecting everything out here thus far. That even brings a little bit of a chill factor. As Garcia has it this time. No time. Just going to throw that one away. And it'll be incomplete. Malachi Smith, the intended receiver.
Now Crusaders just miles away from the first down. They're going to have to give it away again.
Yeah, they're going to have to punt it away again. And Stone is looking this time as he's kind of going into the teeth of the wind. Trying to get something better.
Unfortunately, this could get out of hand very, very fast. So we're going to have to see a stone wall from the Crusader defense here.
Yeah. So Jackson Smith, the senior, all the way in the back, ready to go.
Oh yeah, that one just hit a wall in the air.
Just, but it's going to take one, and he's going to take it. He's going to try, and it will just be brought down at the 45. Unbelievable. Trying to get something going. So first and 10, 45. That's going to be the spot as Murphy comes in, trying to get something going. As it goes all the way out. Looking again. Finds his man in this flat and brought down after a first down inside the 30. Probably just inside the 25. Gain of about 20. And Burkle is he's the man out in the flat. And again, running up a hurry-up offense come the Knights. As Murphy's going to roll out. He has time. He's going to throw and find his man at the line. He'll fight for some more yardage. And that's going to be Tyler Quo. I'm going to say Jackson Smith was on the reception.
Regents here really trying to use that momentum with the hurry-up offense.
Still with that momentum, finding a man in the flat. Shed the tackle, another one. And that's going to be another touchdown for Regents. Chili Sayer. He caught it out in the flat, shed a tackle, and fought his way into the end zone. And now it is a 2-possession game officially. As that kick is up. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Crusaders on the sideline in the field already look a little defeated, so they got to pick this up here. Hopefully the fans can get them excited.
Yeah.
All they need is one good drive here.
And one of the things about it is that with Regents, they come out so quickly. They are just flying to the ball, you know, and it's great. But the main thing is this Crusader offense has to get started. It has to find something, and honestly, something deep. Like when they were out here last, something deep down the field. Xander Romero, you know, you can't just be cute and go up the middle. You got to try to take some shots.
Right, I think they're going to have to utilize the passing game because that Regents defensive line is very, very powerful. But if they can find some gaps and Garcia can put it on the money, that will definitely get them started. Also, we've not seen the Wildcat yet from Malachi Smith, which may be a plan later on using some trickery. Maybe what they have to fall onto if they can't get the ball downfield.
So that one is going to go deep, deep down, as that one is going to be taken by, guess who? Malachi Smith, who's going to try to go, make a cut. This is really good, as he'll be brought down at about the 45. And that is the best return and the best starting field position for the Crusaders thus far tonight.
That's what they needed right there. A little bit of energy, a little bit of momentum.
So can they use this? You score a touchdown, you're right back in the thick of it. So trying to get something going. A bigger spread in the pistol formation. It's Garcia gonna call for the ball and hand it up to, that's been Toha. Yeah, it's been so 2nd and 5. Again, have a lot of time to get right back in this game. Taking his time with it. Garcia has to roll out and just throw it away. And it's incomplete. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down, the third down. Already 0 of 2 on 3rd downs of the Crusaders.
We're going to have to see a special play here, I think, from the Crusaders. We're going to have to pull something out. They need a 1st down. They've got good field position. They just got to get it going.
Trying to push through. As they're just going to hand it off right up the gut. And he looks to be a bit short from up here. But they will call that a 1st down. It looks short up here to me, but it is, in fact, a 1st down for the Crusaders. Their first 3rd down conversion on the money down today. They're trying to make sure everything is going well. As Garcia is going to take a split second and find Xander Romero, who had it in his hands but dropped it.
Not a great pass there on that one. Romero almost pulled it in, though. Would have had a good chunk of yardage. The way he can move. I think they need to target him a little more. If they can find him, even on screen passes, he can get some yardage and go.
And I think that's going to be the issue, though, is that he is their biggest and most important weapon. And so you can't just let him go free.
I bet they have their best guy on him, too. Oops, sorry about that.
It's all right. So they're going to hand it up, and that is Pantoja. And he's going to get some yardage there. Make this more of a 3rd and medium. And I think he got about 4, maybe 5. All right, so they're going to call that 7. What do I know from up here? So this is a 3rd and about short, so 3rd and 3. They're going to keep coming out into the formation that they're in a pistol formation once more. As they are going to hand it off, and he's going to get stopped. Gave it to Pantoja. Pantoja got stuffed in the backfield. As we are coming in about a minute, a little over a minute and a half to go.
Yeah, I think the Knights saw that play coming there. They predicted it well and jumped the snap.
And you
right
gotta,
there for that one.
you gotta have that element of surprise. And honestly, you did that in the last one. They were gonna be ready for it.
Right.
That stone is ready to go. That was their second play in as Smith all the way there at about the 6. Ready for this punt. And they're going to fake it. And it's not going to go anywhere. So Garcia tries to get them. The Knights try to catch the Crusaders try to catch the Knights napping, pardon me. And now great field position at about midfield for the Knights as they get to come on for their third offensive possession.
Well, unfortunate there, but I respect the call. The issue is that on special teams, the Knights send everybody at the punter, so not much of a chance of a run working out there.
Gotta get something going. Now making a move. Another man in motion. Sets it up. Now it's trips. As Murphy is going to go down the field and incomplete. Liam Murphy. So Liam Murphy was the intended receiver. It was Malachi Smith on the coverage. That one just a little, not enough. So gonna try to go out, pushing it up the field. And that looks like it's close to being a first down. If not, a third and inches. So they're gonna call that third and about, third and a little bit. As they're trying to catch him off. Another huge handoff, first down, a little bit more. That's Burkle. And the sophomore is able to get them a new set of downs and a new little outlook. This could be the very last play of the first half, and it will be. Unbelievable.
The Crusader of the Week is Morgan Davis.
So, 14-0.
Yeah, the Knights are in the driver's seat here right now, but new quarter, never know what's going to happen, so they're talking about it in the huddle right there. We'll see if they can bring something. Maybe some ingenuitive defense.
Yep.
Bring some trickery there, or some type of new formation, just something to shut them down.
Well, thus far after one, we are looking at 14-0. Again, a long game. But the one thing is they have scored, they being the Knights, have scored 35 points in every single game, minimum, in every game this season. Last game, you got to take the positives. Last game, they were already up 21-0. Or 28-0, pardon me, in the first. So cutting that deficit in half and in a good position if the Knights can just get a good stop. But it's hard. And you know, one of the things about having a team that is undefeated is it's so different. You know, the coaching is different. You have to walk different, think differently. Being on an undefeated team and playing against an undefeated team are two completely different things. So when you're playing on an undefeated team, obviously it's, you know, it can be a burden to try to be as perfect as you can be. But playing against one is much, much harder because you're sitting here, you're trying to figure out everything. I mean, how good they are really is really something that kind of sits in your head. And for the Crusaders right now, they're at this point. So I think they're waiting for the Crusaderettes to get off the field, and they were getting set up as they were just finishing their routine.
Yeah, a little bit of an interesting night here tonight. Everything's kind of thrown off, so.
Yeah, we're trying to squeeze it all in before the magic stroke of midnight.
There are about 20 seniors that had to be announced before the game.
And I think they're going to just introduce a running clock at this point, as that's going to be a throw outside and brought down immediately. That's going to be Charlie Griffin. So Griffin gets his first catch of the night, as it's going to be about a second and, I'll call that about about a second and 5.
So the difference here that we're seeing between these two offenses is that Regents is getting positive yards every play, as St. Michael's isn't. But that's expected.
Just trying to get something going as they're going to hand it right up the gut and up the field. And finally brought down after getting a couple. That was Burkle. So that's going to bring up, apparently that no, this is third down. So that looks like about third down, and call it they call it officially a 3. So a short 3, a short 4, or a long 3 is what I would call it. As Murphy has a chance and a man, and it's just over the head as the clock will stop. And so finally the first 4th down of the game.
A little bit interesting there over on the sideline. Lawson Watkins threw down number 11, Jack Burkle, like by the face mask, tossed him down there through the block.
So they're going to go for it, the Knights are, as they're going to throw it quickly out to Burkle. Burkle trying to get to the line, and no signal just yet. And they're going to say, yes, he got it. You just can think about how, not crazy, but just how amazing would it have been. You get a stop if you're the Crusaders.
Yeah, that would have been a big deal.
Murphy in an empty, gonna go, looking for it all, and he does. And that is a touchdown. Looking for his man, Tyler Quo.
That was a well-executed play there. He was wide open downfield in between a bunch of Crusader defenders.
The senior tight end gets another touchdown. Had one last week. Adds on to his total as that kick is up and good. 21-0. And remember, the running clock will happen at about 30 or 40. So, but there's still a lot of time. Oh.
There you go.
Don't know what that was.
Lots of sounds out there on the crowd mic right now.
A lot of it. So, a lot is going on. I'm not going to lie, I was excited about this game. Still am, because I think it could be a great finish, but man,
Yeah.
Regents does not look like they were fazed by that delay at all.
Right, and maybe the trash talking just put some fire behind them, just to come out here and hit them hard, early, quick, fast, strong, just everything. But I think we're gonna have to see a change from the Crusader offense, and we're gonna have to see a little pep in their step.
Just a little bit. And the difference also often is how they choose, is the speed in which they choose. You know, Regents wants to go quickly. They want to go with that no huddle that Peyton Manning used to love to run. They love a good, quick 2-minute offense. And then a normal offense, as the ball is just swibbed. It was dropped by a Crusader. Unbelievable.
And this is just all the wrong signs from the Crusaders right now. And it's crazy because just the last home game we were covering them, you know, unfortunately that disappointing loss, but I was saying earlier in the broadcast, they just looked like a scary team. They looked so powerful, and we're just seeing the wrong things right now. But
Yeah.
they can still be that team. They are still that team. Just got to get it jump-started.
It's about putting it all together. So they're going to start from the 25. After the muff, as there's going to be a timeout. Sorry for that little purring noise. We can't really figure out what that is. So, 10:05 left to go. We welcome you here to St. Michael's. It's been a great. It's been an eventful game. Let's go with that. Lightning delays, very late start time, quick. Everything's going quick, and right now the only thing that's been consistent is Regents.
Yeah, that's right. Regents has been doing the same thing since the start of this game. Now we're gonna try to look for a change from the Crusaders. And Will Garcia in a tough spot here, but if he can just step up, he knows he can do it. We know he can do it. He's just gotta make it happen.
Will Garcia coming in. 1st and 10 from the 25. As he's just going to throw it out there and find Mathabella, who just gets knocked. Man. As my old coach, Coach Altman, used to say, put him on a milk carton. Yes, he did.
Yeah, there's no blockers downfield there, and I don't think that was an intended screen pass, but he just left him wide open for that hit, unfortunately. Not a hospital pass, but tough situation there, and a little dump-off route didn't even work out, fortunately.
Unfortunately, you are correct. I'm trying to get something going and push it through. As Will Garcia gonna hand it right up the gut. As that's Mathabella, and the ball comes out and recovered by the Knights. Man, oh man. That's terrible. Because you had it, Mathabella was going. He looked like he was going to change the course and just go right up the gut for a touchdown. And right then and there, it's just over. It pops out, and now Regents another chance to score, adding on to their lead.
You saw Will Garcia giving a couple words there to Mathabella. I'd like to think that's words of encouragement there. Tell him, you're all good for that, no big deal. I assume that's what he was saying. Didn't look hostile at all.
We can't read lips up here. Is the main thing.
Uh-oh.
As it's going to be a little bit of miscommunication and brought back behind the line. So very good positive play.
I think that's the first loss of yardage we've seen from the Regents School of Austin, so defense caught napping.
Defense was caught napping, and there goes another one as he goes airborne. That was Chili Sayer. He went a little bit airborne right there. So, there we go. Sounds a little better. Sayer trying to get something going. As Murphy's going to roll out. Has time, sets up a pass. It's high, but cannot get it. And that was Liam Murphy again. And that's going to bring a 4th down. That offense is going to stay on the field. Although I wonder, does the wind have anything to do with the decision they're making?
Oh, wow, yeah. Long 4th down, but I don't see why not.
4th and 10.
The way they've been playing.
Murphy has time across the field. And right there is Jackson, who hurdles a man and gets knocked. He gets milly rocked a little bit, but still gets up like a dandelion. And he is ready to go. So the Knights continue it on as Smith goes, as that is now another hurdle I think that's been the story of this drive, just hurdling as that's Sayer.
They're trying to hit some trick shots on them now. They're so far ahead. I don't know what's going on.
At this point, that's all I'm thinking as well. What are you doing other than just trying to show off?
And the hurdle is not necessary.
No, they are definitely hurdling over them. Quads, and that's going to be another. Chili Sayer is going to walk in, and that is another Knights touchdown. Man, oh man.
Well,
What a night.
It's just begun. Just kinda
Already,
started.
Meyer, four touchdowns already. So, or 3 touchdowns, pardon me. And that was the issue that you had.
Well, you know, always will say anything can happen. The Crusaders are still in it, but you know, it's got to be tough to have their mindset right now with the way things are going and the conditions they've been given with their, you know, D1 commit quarterback being out for this game. That's such a big game. You know,
Yeah.
You just got to try to have a good mindset and give it your best, you know.
And you know what? One of the things you have to do is you can't take away from your opponent. Regents is really that good.
Right.
So, I mean, there's a reason why there is a 0 in that loss column. They are that good. They've been beating these teams. They are a complete team from top to bottom, depth in a lot of great areas. And so you can't front them for being as good as they are.
Right, and they're coming out of the gate firing. They're just trying to put this game away, but they're already near that 30-point average, you know. They're getting close already.
I think it's a 40. I think it's actually 40.
40 average, okay.
Yeah, once you get to 40, they start doing the running clock. I would assume that they were going to do that already because they want to try to finish before midnight. Knights, that is a huge kick. As that is going to be Malachi Smith trying to get something going, and he's just going to go out. Gets pitched so hard he gets to about the turf, starts limping just a little bit. And Jackson Smith, who has been able to do it all, punting, running, tackling, catching, having a great game.
You know, one thing I was going to talk about is this kind of performance is expected from Regents, especially as an undefeated team, as a team that's, you know, churned out prospects like Will Garcia to UT and stuff like that. So, let's see, you know, this is expected. Let's see if we can see something unexpected from the Crusaders here.
Garcia, another chance, an opportunity. They're going to try to beat him with a run, as that is Pantoja.
Uh-oh, kind of dirty hit there.
Good gain of about 3.
And you know, a lot of the times when you see a blowout like this, you know, one side, the side that's losing, maybe they're defeated, but they might get a little frustrated here. So we're going to have to see how the Crusaders can keep their attitude in check here.
Well,
and,
honestly,
you know, just go down the field and score.
Honestly, they should not go away from what's been working from them.
Right.
Whatever their game plan is. This is still early in the game, but keep going with whatever your game plan was. As Garcia is going to try and hand it off. Pantoja, not really going anywhere, gets stuffed by a wall of Knights. They were right there in through the gaps.
I would love to see the Crusaders here try to commit to going through the air a little more. The run game only works so much, and they don't have much to lose with the passing game here.
I agree.
I do wonder where Will Garcia's arm strength tops out at, because Kruver had a massive arm. I don't know how many goes they can run here, though.
He has time, and he's going deep down the field, and it is caught! It is caught! I think that was Xander Romero.
Big play there.
It looked like it, and they're going to say it is Xander Romero. And what a major big first down for the Crusaders.
And That's what he does best there. He can certainly be crafty. He didn't have to go up and get that ball. He just maneuvered his way with his legs, got under it, and made a great catch.
Trying to get something going. As Garcia is just going to throw it, and that'll be incomplete. It's going to be second down and 10 from the 45.
I haven't seen a ton of passes to Xander Romero besides that big one there. I think they can try to get him activated a little more here, a little more involved.
So they're going to try it and throw it out, as that is going to be a little too high for Pantoja.
Good on number 21, Blake Heath there, not to absolutely clock Pantoja. You could see it coming a little bit, but that play was over. No need to inflict damage or anything.
Yeah, and this defense haven't been all season. We haven't really been calling out names of defenders, but at least not on the side of whoever comes in. But they have a lot of great names out there.
They have a very good roster over there at Regents.
Trying to get something going, as Garcia is just going to run it himself. Step out just shy of the 50. And that's going to bring up fourth down and maybe 6.
That was their third down attempt, unfortunately, there.
Yeah.
Not much doing there. Very interesting here. What I've seen is the returner for Regents going all the way back, very far. They know Sammy Stone is a big kicker here, one of the best players on that team. And then they bring all the pressure and leave no one to block the sides. It's worked so far, though. Success on special teams already for Regents. Oh, nice move there.
That is looks like a fake. And somehow, gonna get it down. So it was a high hanging kick. Smith was able to take care of it, and they were able to sniff him out fairly easily.
Great work there by Sammy Stone. After the high snap, the pressure was coming, and he kind of stepped out of the way, repositioned himself, and kicked it again. That's some high IQ play right there. That'll get him some points with the recruits.
Most definitely. Ooh, that was a lot.
I think he just went and visited TCU unofficially the other day. So he's got a big leg and he's got some smarts.
Most definitely.
He'll be one of the highest recruited players coming out of St. Michael's in the class of 2023.
So trying to get something going still, as Regents comes back in on another thing. On another drive, as they're going to hand it right up the gut. And they hand it up to their man, and he's not going to get a first down, but he's going to get darn close. So Murphy going to hand it off again. And that's going to be Burkle. Burkle is just going to get enough. And that 2nd and 8 now becomes a... No, that is 2nd and 8. That 1st and 10 becomes now 2nd and 8, pardon me. As they're going to try it again. Not really going to get anywhere, as he's still there. Didn't hear a whistle, but I think they thought he was going to break out of that one.
Maybe didn't see a knee touch the ground there.
No.
Still
So
running the
3rd and
hurry
2.
up here.
Yeah, still 3rd and 2. Only one man alone at the top, as they're going to try and get him, and I think they did. It was Sayer.
So short of the first down, but will it matter? Because they have been playing all 4 downs this whole game, and they've been successful each time. Are they 2 for 2 or 3 for 3 so far on 4th down conversions?
Most definitely.
100% rate. That's all that matters.
Yeah, they've been able to convert. They've done it 2 for 2. That is the current. As they're just going to wait. Hand it off. And that is Sayer, who's going to get a first down and a little more. Just going to go outside of the 50, depending on where they spot it. And they're going to say he's in Crusader territory at about the 48. Try to get it going. As Murray has it, he gets knocked, but it's caught by Smith, and Smith is just going to go and waltz into the end zone.
I was waiting there to see the big play. They started way down in Crusader.
Murray.
Oh, apologies there.
Yeah, Murphy got knocked. He got hit as the ball came out, so I thought that there was going to be a penalty there. They do not call the penalty or call a penalty of any kind. As Mabin is in. And that is good. Oh, no. They're going to say no good. Wow. I am just off today in my calls.
I'm just laughing because the Crusader fans are getting loud over that, which, I mean, they need something to cheer about right now.
They do. Well, something positive for all the Crusader Nation out there. They missed the extra point, and so this is going to stay 34-0. Again, as we talked about, the Knights, one of the best point differentials that we've seen in a long, long time. My partner Brian and I, last week, we asked the question, what is the most points scored in school history in a season? No one could give us the answer. Nobody.
Yeah, that's a tough stat there.
Nobody who watches Regents football for a living could tell us. Didn't even have a good statistician for it. So, makes a lot of sense. As this ball is going to be kicked and sent away. As Xander Romero has it, and he's still up on his feet trying to fight. Shedding tackles, but not going to really go anywhere.
So interesting here. Such a well-rounded team is Regents that, you know, it's 35-0. So not only have they scored 35 points in not even 2 quarters, they've also not allowed any points in, and, you know, that's exactly why they're undefeated here.
Yeah. Well, they haven't hit their actual mark of 35 a game, so the Crusaders can feel good about that. As Garcia is going to come in, give everyone the play of what they are going to run. But about 2 minutes and some change left to go. Matt Fabella going to switch his side. As Garcia's going to go, find Romero. Going to get something going as he'll get across the 30, shy of the 35, probably about the 33. So they'll put him.
So we've seen some good throws so far out of Garcia, but have not seen that Wildcat that was very talked about at school this week.
Most definitely.
Really thought we'd see more of that, but Garcia's done well so far, just no points on the board just yet.
So Garcia is in trouble and he'll get sacked behind the line. And that is Jacob Wilburn. So Wilburn comes out of nowhere, gets the sack. It's a sack of lot of yards, and that's going to bring up second and forever.
That's not what they needed right there, especially after a good play. We'll see, though. They just need a chunk of yards and then another chunk of yards. Maybe they'll go for it in fourth down. Still in their own territory, though. I do not know. I don't think we've seen it past midfield quite yet for St. Michael's.
It's been close, and they've had a couple of plays outside of it, but nothing super deep into
Right.
night territory. As in comes Garcia. He's going to have a chance, going to go deep down the field, and going to be incomplete. And the crowd wants pass interference. And they're not going to get it. So they're going to call, so that last play was second down. And this one is going to be third and forever.
They've just got to get a few yards here, get it farther out of their territory, even if they're just going to punt it.
So they're going to try to get something going as they hand it out right up the gut, and nothing.
Yeah, that was not the play. See Jock Griffin a little frustrated.
Oh, me too. So fourth down. As I think Regents takes it, they look like they are wanting to score one more time.
They're led by Captain Regents, co-captain Matty Williams, Spirit Officer Aaron Chicken, Social Officer Reese Wayne,
So trying to
Lady Webb,
go with everything that's been going.
and the cheerleader of the week,
41 seconds, or a little over 41 seconds, until we hit recess. Again, the game started at 9, was supposed to start at 7:30, had a lightning delay, and another one, and yet another one after that, which gets us to where we are.
It is late right now, 10:15, almost on the dot, and every one of these players has been up since 6 or 7 a.m. Long day of school, but Regents does not look phased. They look as wide awake as ever. I don't know. Maybe they've rehearsed for situations like this, or they're just that solid of a team. But
It could be either,
they
honestly.
look really, really good right now.
So Stone in the very, very back as he's going to get that one up, and it's going to be a high hanging kick. As Smith is going to say, I'm going to get away from that one, and it's going to take a great Crusader bounce and be shy of the 30 and call it the 31 officially.
So a little minor victory for them there. Gave themselves good field position on defense.
And that's the thing you need. You need to look at the positives thus far.
Right.
You have only a few ticks left. Let's see what you can do with it.
Well, and another little small victory would be to get a stop here. Do not let them score with the little bit of time they have. Stop the bleeding and bring a new plan into the half.
Going for it. As Murphy's going deep now the field, and that's going to be incomplete. Trying to catch the Crusaders napping. Murphy again making some moves, gonna take the victory formation, take a knee, and both these teams are gonna head to the locker room or head over to their sidelines for a good quick game of recess.
Yeah, pretty quick half there.
A very quick half.
Very expected though, with how things how the conditions are right now.
Yeah. So they haven't told us what they're going to do at halftime. They might bring some people out, they might not. But regardless, you can just...
Apparently, there's supposed to be a performance from the band, but I don't see any band equipment anywhere.
Yeah, no.
I think they might not be doing that. It might be a
They
little too
are
late.
going to... Yeah. So they're going to send them where they got to go.
Yeah, abbreviated halftime.
So an
right?
abbreviated halftime, only going to be a few minutes. So do not go anywhere. Stay right here. We'll bring you whatever whatever shenanigans they give for halftime, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. You're watching St. Michael's football here on Vype Live. Back in just a moment.
Hey, what's going on, man?
5-minute halftime, really?
Hey, 5 minute halftime.
I'm sorry. Back now after a very, very abbreviated halftime. Again, trying to get this game all the way done and completed before the magic stroke of midnight. Hold on. Before the magical stroke of midnight. And 34-0 Knights as both teams, we talked about so much in the beginning. Rivalry game, senior night for the Crusaders. Rivalry night, senior night for the Crusaders. Lightning delay for over about an hour. Pushed everything back, and doesn't really feel like any of that has affected the Regents Knights, as the Regents Knights completely on firing on all cylinders. Have not gotten to their 35-point threshold just yet, but for the first time tonight, even after this very short abbreviated halftime, the Crusaders will finally kick off to the Knights, as the Knights are looking to get to that 35 and continue this shutout and this reign of dominance at 9-0, going to 10-0 as they look forward to. They look forward. They will be going to the playoffs. The Crusaders are trying to finish their season on the highest of notes.
I'd say the Regents are the expected Taps favorite here for the playoffs. They have been so good.
I would be a little surprised if they didn't come out with it, as that one is high, heavy, and it's going to be a touchback immediately.
If I could bet on private school football, I would bet on Regents winning the whole thing.
Same.
You know, right now, I don't really know what to say in defense of St. Michael's here. You know, a lot of the fans have left. The drummers down there were playing Mary Had a Little Lamb. So, I mean, they seem out of it, but they had that abbreviated halftime. I don't even know if that was enough time to come up with something, but it's just a wacky circumstance here. A lot of unfortunate things have happened with the injuries and, you know, the weather and just you know, untimely game here with this, but if they can just bring some energy here, get some points on the board, don't get shut out, they could get something started, get things revved up.
Murphy's going to be the one at quarterback, going to be just handing it off again to Burkle, as they are kind of just running the clock at the moment.
Yeah, I just heard that they are not going to be stopping at all, except for injuries and timeouts.
Yep. So I kind of feel like they're just going to run it because, again, we're trying to get done before midnight or 11. I can't remember the actual number. I think it's midnight. As there's going to be a fumble, and it's going to be picked up as Jackson Smith is going to pick it up, trying to make something out of nothing and finally get brought down just shy of the original line of scrimmage.
Well, something going for the Crusaders. We've got Jeremy McMahon on PA, and he does bring the energy. He knows how to do it.
You got to do it. I mean, it is senior night, as, again, clock's not going to stop at any point in the night unless injury or timeout.
That makes it really, really difficult for the Crusaders, too.
But they have a chance, as Murphy is going to go deep down the field, and it's going to go in and out of the hands of his receiver. And that's going to bring up fourth down, and honestly, they've gone for it. I don't ever see a reason for them to punt it, and it looks like they're going to bring out their punting unit for the first time in this game. Malachi Smith and Xander Romero making their ways back to about the 45 each. Put it all the way up into the air, as that's going to take a bounce and get another one at about the 50. Good little night roll, just shy of the 45. So the 46. I'll call that the 46.
And finally, some good starting field position for the Crusaders. Let's see what they can make of it. They've got about, I think that's about 53 yards to go.
About 53.
54 maybe. But I don't think they've gone that far all night. But maybe we'll see it here. Just got to get some first downs. Keep the chains moving.
Crusaders handing it off. As that is Malachi Smith going to go up past the 50.
There we go. Despite my tone here, folks, I am a Crusader fan. Things just seem a little bleak at the moment, but that was a good run there. Good chunk of yardage. Just gotta keep moving forward.
Trying to push and go through.
Oh, here we
As
go.
that's a Wildcat. As Smith is going to throw it down the field, and that's going to be incomplete.
Call it incomplete.
Looked like it could have gone.
Regents defender there almost got his foot down, I think.
And
Very
if he
close.
gets that foot down, that's a pick. So about the 50, third down. Looks like about 5 to go. 3rd and 6 is what they'll officially call it. As Garcia is trying to get something going. Trying to get something as Garcia trying to be exclusive. As he's going to get knocked down at about the 40. Got hit at the 41, brought down at the 40. And that was a hard hit, but he's able to get up, and punting unit comes out for the Crusaders once more. As that punt is high, hanging, going all the way out, and it's just going to roll out of bounds. Clock's going to continue to roll.
I'm just curious here. Does Regents bring in their subs? You know, do they save people, or do they just keep putting the foot on the throat and trying to score again?
I think they try to do one more really good run, and then you got to look forward to next week.
Right. Let the guys rest. They've done their job. And, you know, even though Regents has done well, it's been a tough night. You know, long night. A lot of mental warfare going on, so they got to rest up and get ready to bring this energy to the playoffs.
Trying to get something going deep down the field as it is caught. Good maneuver up, but not a lot. Maybe about a yard or a few. Crusaders will keep going. Again, another run all the way to the roundabout outside. There's a fumble on the play, but I think that the Knights are able to fall on it very easily. So we're coming into about the 4:15 mark here in this game. So 2nd and 9. Regent still has all of their players, all of their starters, except for their quarterback. That's Long. That's Bobby Long, who is in now. As trying to get something going. Deep down the field, and it is in and out of the hands. Roman Patson. So 3rd down and 8. As they're still getting their play from the sideline. Don't really need to even worry about that anyway. They have a very comfortable 34-point lead.
I wouldn't be surprised if they converted this either.
As they are going 3rd and 8. As he has a deep shot down the field. It is incomplete. Some of the Regents fans are saying that should be a pass interference. It is not. I think that's Malachi Smith on it. As Hudson Powell was the one.
That looked like clean, solid coverage there to me. I think that was good work defending that deep ball. So 2 straight punts for Regents. We haven't seen it all night.
Yeah. As they're going to punt that ball away, and that's going to be a really good one. As the wind is starting to die down a little bit, as Romero is just going to let it go inside the 15 to about the 14. 13. As we are inside 2 minutes here in the 3rd. So if I am Regents right now, well, yeah, no, not Regents. If I am the Crusaders, if I'm St. Michael's right now, yes, the clock is consistently rolling, but we're gonna do everything we can to score. So we don't want to get shut out at home, especially on senior night. So everybody's kind of just getting set and kind of just moseying on, trying to get this game going. As we talked about, we may or may not have Regents, but Regents knows who their game is. There's a flag on the play.
I think, like you said there, the goal has got to be right now to just score. Do not get shut out on senior night.
Oh yeah, you gotta. Right now, this is as I like to say, this is a time for moral victories.
Right, exactly. You know, it doesn't seem like a whole lot. It's like, what's the difference? But it does mean something.
Try to finish the season out on some positive notes. As they're going to hand that one off, and that's going to be Pentoha. Not a lot. Going, getting a handoff and brought down. As Pentoha is not really going to get a lot, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and the end of the 3rd.
I think they had the right idea there on that play. Tried some misdirection there. Unfortunately, it went right to Pentoha instead of hitting the jet sweep with Malachi Smith, and they were ready for it.
So going through it. As that one is going to be a deep heave, and it's going to be an incomplete pass for Xander Romero. Just couldn't get the feet down inside as he takes off his helmet, and that is not a good sign. But I think they're just going to keep the clock rolling. Even though he is injured, he's injured out of bounds. So it's kind of
That's really
like a
interesting.
moot point.
I've never seen that before. He's down on the sideline, but they're just like tending to him right where he fell.
Yeah.
I guess hopefully it's just a minor injury. Nothing
So Stone is gonna, So Stone is gonna punt it away.
I don't know if I really like this here.
Will Thomas is gonna be the one that goes very back, deep. He is settling himself at about the 27, now the 26.
I don't know if they need to be punting the ball.
No, 27.
Right here.
As Stone, that is a high hanging kick. It's gonna take a bounce, and it's gonna take a night bounce. And they're trying to, the Crusaders fans are trying to say that it touched him, that it touched a knight.
That's not what the referees are saying.
And the ref is saying, no, it did not.
It doesn't matter anyway if he goes in.
And they are saying it's going to stay with the Knights. Wow, that's been the kind of night.
I think they might have been trying to find something out of nothing there, because I didn't see it hit anybody. Alright, so Crusaders still have a quarter to work with here. They can still get some points. I think we need to see a takeaway. Need to see some defensive prowess here. You gotta wonder, for the Crusaders, I think this game went about how they expected it to, but gotta remember there's still playoffs coming. Gotta try to keep those tempers in check and, keep the players alright.
So just a little dunk pass outside. That was a huge hit. That was Thomas on it. That's going to be first down.
They've officially put the backup quarterback in, number 14, Bobby Long.
They did, and I think there is an injury on the field is the thing. Because the clock has stopped at 8:28. So both teams are kind of going away and trying to figure out what goes and what happens. Unprecedented. Well, here's the deal. If you you can get this moral victory if your defense holds. You know what I mean? Your defense holds, didn't do anything dumb. You held them under 35, and that was the threshold for the whole season.
Oh,
at 34.
I didn't think about that.
I mean, there's a victory right there. They scored the least amount of points on you.
Man, they've just got to try to keep people healthy here. Pantoja injured on the sideline.
Trying to get something going. That is Thomas. Thomas making a move. Another cut. First down, a little bit more.
I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed that the Crusaders will play in the playoffs. But they can't lose all their players here.
All right, well.
Or at least that's what I've heard. I'm not sure. That doesn't sound quite right to
I'm
me.
not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I know that that's already confirmed with Regents.
Yeah, right.
I mean, with 9-0, and they already know who their opponent is for next week. I don't know about what happens with St. Michael's.
Yeah, I don't know. 4-5 doesn't sound right to me, but That's just what I've heard around school.
Well, we will see.
Hopefully it's true.
As Long is going to go long, and he's just going to miss his receiver by 1.5 miles. As the clock is going to continue to keep rolling. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, they're just letting the clock tick now. I mean, nothing's stopping it anyway, but...
Trying to get something going, and there's a huge sack. So it gets these Crusader fans riled up.
You know, I'll actually say the opposite here. For Regents, who is 9-0 and is confirmed for the playoffs, they need to keep their players healthy, because they've actually got a big run at it here.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
the guys don't go down.
But I feel like they're as close as they're gonna get, because they have all their players. I think they're using their 2nd string throughout, and so that's just a huge thing.
Good coaching.
Yep. As Long is just going to throw it, gets his man, and it's going to be well short of the... I think it was Graham Rhinechess. So, well short of the 1st down. 4th and 14. Looks like they're going to bring out their punting unit. And that ball is fumbled. It's on the carpet, and it is recovered. And it's going to be recovered by the Crusaders. What a very scary moment right there.
It's just a personal victory to fall on that ball and get it back. Not have them have the ball at the 11-yard line. Say they just need 3 points here. Just give it to Sammy Stone. Get some yards. They've got the backups in. They can do it here.
Going deep for everything, and it is caught. That was Kaysen Mathabella. Unbelievable. We're going to keep going. I think that is the best one.
St. Michael's fans not very happy, but not really helping things here.
Trying to get something going is Malachi Smith cutting it out, getting to the 50. They're trying to get something going. Again, clock is not going to stop. Trying to get this game done before the magical stroke of 11 now.
Looks like they will do it. Players will definitely be going home later than 11, though, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
Friday night, though. No big deal.
The only thing that's going to be terrible is for all the people who go to Whataburger. It's gonna be even worse for you. I'm so sorry. Hand off.
The people who work at Whataburger.
You know what? Shout out to them.
I remember Whataburger being a sponsor here for some of these streams, especially with Merle during volleyball. He did some good shout outs of the Dr. Pepper shake and all that. It was a fun time. Well, low on time here, and tensions are high.
Oh yeah, but the tension is not coming from the field; it's coming
Right.
from the fan bases.
Yeah.
So that's kind of more of the thing is everyone's trying to get there.
Clock's still moving.
So still trying to go. Through it.
Here we go. Time to see something big.
So they stopped the clock. It's 2:17. It's not right on the actual screen. So 2 minutes 17 seconds left to go. About over a minute still on versus that. As Garcia is gonna run and try to get something going, and he will be brought down and sat down at the 49. Bringing it up 4th down as that clock is going to continue to roll as we hit the 2-minute warning. But again, this is college. This is high school, not college. This is not the NFL. The clock's not going to stop. So.
Yeah, Crusaders here are out of downs, out of time, and out of plays here. And, they've got a very small amount left to make something happen here. But this crowd has gone wild for small things here, and that's all we need.
Trying to get something going. As he's going to throw it out. It's going to be a good catch. And that is Lawson. But he is going to be well short, a quarter mile short, to be honest with you. And so it looks as if 3 things will be, so it looks like 4 things will be true. Number 1, no score for the Crusaders. Number 2, 34, not 35 points for the Knights. Number 3, it looks like the season will end for the Crusaders with 2 bad home losses. And it looks like the Crusaders will just come out, take a knee, and make their way to the playoffs.
Yeah, unfortunate night for the Crusaders here, especially for everybody who waited around to see this, but they just got to bounce back off this, not take it too hard. This Regents team is a amazing team, and they showed it again here tonight. Undefeated on the season, that says a whole lot about them.
Victory formation for the Knights as they will call it. And that is going to do it. So, 34-0. That is the current score here on senior night here from St. Michael's, as everyone kind of puts together, as both teams do their very best thing and say good game despite the heatedness of the rivalry, despite everything that's happened. Crusaders will be moving on to the playoffs. Hopefully, I'm not 100% sure, but the Crusaders will either be watching on Vype, as we will be broadcasting some playoff football, or they could be participating. But thus far, Regents finishes the regular season 10-0. Josh, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, well, it was a fun game to watch all around. Unfortunately, it didn't go the way for us Crusaders, but, I just noticed there at the end of the game, really respectable move to take the knee there by Regents School of Austin, and despite the trash talk and some of the emotion there, the handshakes look all clean. It all looks good. So good to see here. Just some nice competition there. And unfortunate loss here for the Crusaders, but difficult circumstances. And as for Regents, they just looked so great out there, and they'll be the favorites going into the playoffs. So good game all around, and a late one, but still worth the wait, worth the action. So That's it from me.
All right. Well, that's about it for this season here at St. Michael's. Been a really good game, really good season. Been here, what I mean, how many, 4 or 5 times? 5 times?
Yeah, I think 5.
5 times, and look at it, a 2-3 record as we were here at home as the Crusader season will end on a sour note here on senior night. But we'll be back here definitely for soccer if we have, for St. Michael soccer, basketball, and all the other repertoire things. Again, for those of you who just came in late, wanted the quick thing, had a delay, lightning delay, and then it was all Regents from the beginning. Never in doubt. Never in doubt for Regents, as they will move to 10-0. Crusaders will fall to 4-6 or 4-5 on the year. Pardon me. As they will switch up. So to everybody who joined us, to our QA, Coach Les and Nathan, Merle Bertrand, Suna Venkat, our technical producer, Josh Lar, I'm Joshua Mlench saying good night. We'll see you in the next broadcast.